This video is brought to you in collaboration with GIGABYTE Solution. They design and manufacture CPU and VGA colors like thermal paste, thermal pads, heat faces, PC accessories, and other equipment. Check out their website in www.gigabytesolutions.com. On this video, it will show you step by step on how to disassemble, how to remove and change the fans, and part number of the fans, the thickness of the thermal pads, and how to repaste. Hello, it's me again. Take that screw out. If you haven't subscribed on this channel, hit that subscribe button to support this channel so that I can make more tutorial videos like this one. Check the description down below for the information and all the links if you're interested to buy this product and the equipment and tools I've used in this video. Thank you. Let's start the video. This is the first option. If you want to change the thermal pads and the thermal paste, or maybe you want to clean the heatsink, all you're going to do is to remove 9 screws, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. You don't need to touch this screw here. So 9 screw. By the way, the screwdriver that I'm going to use is the wow stick electric screwdriver, and the bits I'm going to use is Phillips screw VH1 and this manual screwdriver as well, Phillips screw, which is equivalent to VH1. If you're interested with this electric screwdriver, just check the link in the description down below. And the second option, if you want to remove and replace one of the fans, you cannot just unscrew here in the front. All you're going to do is you have to do the first option, that to unscrew 9 screw, and then there's another screw underneath the heatsink to remove this front shroud, and then you can access the fan. So what I'm going to do now first is the first option, to repaste and change the thermal pads. So unscrew 9 screw. And then with this deep one, I'm going to use this manual screwdriver. So all the 9 screws has been removed, so you can detach the PCB from the heatsink. Just be gentle because there's the fan connector here. So to safely remove the fan connector from the PCB, I recommend to use this kind of plier. You can purchase one from Amazon. Just check the description down below for the link. So just grip this one here. So this connector on your right, this one here, up, and the one on the left goes to the bottom connector. So you can access the thermal pads and the thermal paste. So that's the first option. And to do the second option is to remove the first. You have to do the first option and then carry on with the second option. So the second option is to unscrew 4 screws that holds the heatsink to the shroud. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So same. So it's and now the 4 screw has been removed, so you can lift up the heatsink. And now you can access the fan if you want to remove the fan. If you want to remove the fan, all you're going to do, each fan has 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. These 2 fan here is linked together to goes to the one connector that goes to the bottom, and then this fan here on the right, on my right, this goes to just one wire that goes to the top. And then you can remove the wire from here. When you remove the wire from the fan, be careful with this plastic bit because it can easily break. So I'm going to remove the 3 fans so that I can show you the part number of each fan. So now all the 9 screws been removed. I'll show you the part number of each fan. When removing the fan wire, please be careful because this plastic bracket here can easily break. So if you want to remove the fan, make sure you use a proper tool like a tweezer or a long nose plier. So both of these 2 fans is linked together, goes to this connector. So this is the part number of the fan. And the one on the middle. And the third one here. So the part number are exactly the same. To remove the backplate from the PCB, what you're going to do is to unscrew 7 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 screws here at the 5, 6, 7. So the 4 screw here that is on the PCB, they are not identical. These 2 screws here on my right is smaller screw compared to the one on the left. The 2 screw here is much bigger compared to the other 2 screw here on my right. So this is the bigger one that goes here, and the one on this 2 is much smaller. And now you can remove the backplate. So the back of the PCB, there is no thermal pads, and the backplate is just made of plastic, so it doesn't serve as a heat dissipation. This is the thickness of the thermal pads. This one here is for the VRAM, and this one here, and is for the VRMs. So I'm gonna measure the one for the VRAMs here. The VRAM is quite thin. So the VRAM thickness is 0.75 millimeter. And then for the VRMs, so the VRM's thermal pad is quite thicker compared to the one in the VRAM. Yeah, it looks like 1 millimeter for the VRMs. So VRMs is 1 millimeter. So two thickness, VRMs 1 millimeter and the VRAM is 0.75 millimeter. But I know 0.75 millimeter sometimes it depends on which country you're in. It's difficult to find. So if you use a 1 millimeter for all the VRAMs and the VRMs, it should be fine. 1 millimeter for the VRAM should be okay. So that's the thermal pads. It's time to clean the heatsink, residue, and the GPU die. I'm going to use a 99.9% isopropyl alcohol. Check in the description below if you want to buy one from Amazon. And also microfiber cloth. Always use a 99.9% alcohol. It will dissipate quickly. Don't use 70%. It melts the residue very quickly and it dries up so quick. So always use 99.9%. So make sure all the contact is clean and dry before you put on a thermal pads and paste. Now it's clean, so I'm going to clean the dust. So I'm going to use just a normal paintbrush to clean the dust in the PCB. If your heatsink is very dirty, like full of dust, I have recommendation called an X-Power air blower that is powered to 20 volts. The X-Power is really powerful. It's I think 550 watt and it blows all the dust from your heatsink. And if you want to use a more portable one, which is cordless, I recommend to use a Makita DAS180. So this is the particular model. This is a cordless air blower which is part of the Makita LXT range. It's powered by an 18 volts battery. So if you're interested with this one, link in the description down below. This is, I just had this one recently and it's additional of my Makita collection. It's really powerful. It has 3 power stages. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll show you the first stage. It's really powerful. So this tool can blow air and also can suck air like a vacuum cleaner, but you have to remove this one and put like an attachment like a vacuum cleaner, but you need to purchase the one from Makita. And I'll show you some attachment which is included for this one. This is a bare unit, so put this one aside. This is included with like a pouch bag, and it has 5 attachments included. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's 5 included attachment. The battery is not included. This is a bare unit. This cost me about, just check the description below, I forgot the actual figure of the price. This is very handy. So I have to clean the fan. So it's time to put in the thermal pads and the thermal paste. So the thermal pads and paste is provided by GIGABYTE Solution. So this is a really good quality pads and thermal paste. When putting on our thermal pads, make sure to peel off this plastic cover, otherwise your thermal pads will not gonna work. It doesn't transfer the heat if you forgot to peel off all this plastic cover. And as for the thermal paste, I'm going to use the GIGABYTE Solution GC4. This is a high performance thermal paste. So this pack is included with the spreader. So this one is quite big, it's 10 grams. I believe they also have half of this one, like 5 grams or 4 grams. So I put it direct to the GPU die. And then I will spread it. it's time to put it back together. The first thing to do is you have to attach the back plate. Make sure these 4 holes here will be aligned in these 4 mounting points here. So the 2 smaller screw, actually these 2 other bigger screw, not necessarily to remove this one, because this one is that goes here, that is only attach and hold for the bracket. This one here, you don't need to take that off. So right, next is to screw in these 3 small screw that goes here. Next is to attach the heat sink to the front shroud, but before that, because we did remove the fan screw, so you have to put it back, all the fan screw. When putting in the fan screw, make sure all the mounting points will be aligned perfectly. So this one. So you have to test, make sure it spins freely, it doesn't catch the screw. Sure it spins properly. Looks good. So next is to attach the heatsink to the front shroud. So the fan goes here, fan cable. Okay, next is to attach the fan cable to the connector in the PCB. So it's connected both. Make sure this, very important to make sure these 4 mounting points in lines properly with these 4 mounting holes here that could attach to the GPU die perfectly. First screw going in. So when screwing in with the GPU die, you have to screw in crisscross pattern and then tighten up gradually. So 1 turn at a time. So 1 in here. There's 2 screw here. I need a longer screw driver. And then lastly, 1 here. Okay, that's it. You have to check everything spin, make sure it doesn't catches in the screw, and visually check all the screw, make sure everything is in. Looks perfect. So that's the end of the tutorial. If you think this video is helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and share this video so it can help other people too. Thank you for watching.